Hey guys, and welcome back to Trekyards. He's Commander Cocking.
He's Captain Foley, and those are our official titles as part of the Trekyards web series.
Official titles. It's funny you mentioned that. We're actually going to be talking today about the new title sequence.
What are the chances? Wow.
For season 3 of Discovery. I know, right? I know.
Unless
because
I'll use the Red Angel suit, went into the future, looked at the title of this video, and then came back to talk about it.
Speaking of the Red Angel suit, it was in the opening, the title sequence of season 2 of Discovery. Little hints and pieces that we didn't notice right away. We thought, what the hell? And it turns out it was all part of the story. So they like to put little hints in there, and it's great, actually. I think that's a fantastic idea. So we're going to look at that and the new stuff that's in the title sequence and just talk about it today.
And it's kind of half the same, half different, I think it's fair to say. I'll burn through the old stuff, then we'll jump to the new. So the first shot is still Discovery. Second shot is still Delivery in dilithium with the red basards, where they're not red. They've obviously made it before they changed the colour. More Discovery, more Discovery, more Discovery, more Discovery, more Discovery. Lady Burnham smiling, I think that's still from there. The Eye, Discovery. Then a new thing, Stuart.
Then we get the Wally Star Trek box.
Wally.
Yeah, these are interesting. They look like a evolution of the repair bots we got on the Enterprise in Discovery. Yeah, Ephraim. And then we get not only one of them, we get like a whole slew of them. I think these are probably going to be used near the end of the season to start rebuilding, or at least dismantling or getting rid of the debris that's scattered everywhere from the Federation. It could be that they, kind of reestablish a bit of the Federation and get these repair bots organized, and they start actually cleaning things up. Because the guy that is at the Starfleet relay station had said there's no one around to clean up the mess. Essentially, no one left. And these things look very much like those repair bots. So that was my first thought upon seeing them.
Well, the problem with Discovery is that it's pushed the art design so far into the future of the Trek universe that this, for me, looks like almost the same level of advancement as that one, except smaller, Which is sad, because if it's 900 years newer, it doesn't feel 900 years newer. Obviously, a car doesn't necessarily feel 100 years newer than its 100 years counterpart. Fair enough, but, you've already gone to the future. One thing that still bugs me, though, and I'm glad Lower Decks restrained, and Picard did, is that we have a split delta again. It's like, why does the future version of Starfleet use a split delta again, given that they didn't for all of the time? It's just a forced discovery thing. It's like, guys, just abandon the delta. You can use it on the things you're wearing on your if you're going to use old uniforms, but everything new. Like, guys, I know this is the same show, but it's wrong. You shouldn't be using split delta. It doesn't make sense. You didn't have a reason for it in the first place. Don't keep it going,
That being said, season 3 has a perfect reason for it. The Federation is now fractured. The Federation is not whole. So to reestablish it and put the delta and have a split in it would be great. It's a great visual idea, but it's already been used.
I mean, you could have gone for, if the Federation was really a bit blow-de-uppy, you could have said that they replicated new comm badges and to celebrate Michael Burnham bringing back the Federation. They use their deltas again, so you could make it the first new delta of the new generation is their one. But obviously we know that's not the case. No, these robots, yeah. I like your idea. That's good. I think it's going to be more sinister than that. I think we're going to get a final, a note that part of what's left of the Federation or Starfleet is negative, and because there's so few people, they have to have robots to do a lot of stuff, a la Star Wars, I guess. And these are going to be sort of the acting ensigns of the fleet, and unfortunately they can go a bit, oh dear, maybe. So I mean. Yeah, either one. But they're in the title sequence, which implies they're important-ish. They're definitely in the repair bot vibe. But yeah, it's weird they would highlight them so much. Yeah, odd.
Well, moving on to the things that we've seen before, we got the Discovery, the Disco-verse captain's chair, TOS captain's chair from the Disco Enterprise.
Yeah, not sure why that's still in there, to be honest.
Well, don't know. Goes on to the phaser with the exploding schematic, and then
which in season 2 and 1 became the TOS phaser.
Yes, and reconfiguring into this new type of phaser, which you pointed out looks very Orwellian.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it side to side here, but this looks almost identical to the Orville phaser, and obviously the Orville is like the 2600, so it's the future. I mean, it's a nice enough phaser. It's more of a gun than a phaser. But I mean, so is a Discovery. I mean, they hold like a, they've lost the whole phaserness of a phaser, which is not having a shooty in the same way. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like a Galaxy Quest phaser. Like, you could see it in Galaxy Quest or Orville. More than Star Trek. It's not a bad Star Trek one, but it looks Orville 100%. And I was very surprised to see this, because I feel like a lack of self-awareness to design this.
I thought it looked like something I should know, and I didn't really put it together until you said Orville.
Obviously, not literally in terms of the shapes, but clearly visually inspired by, etc. The next shot we get is a bookship, and in fact, this is the best view we have of the ship. Let's be honest, I probably retconned that in the other video we did about it. I mean, it looks like a flip knife with a blade that's recessed.
That's exactly what it looks like, and it looks like it's got some kind of, I don't know if that's a deflector at the front with the honeycomb shapes, but again, just seeing the ship in a little bit more detail is great, actually.
And the window,
not a big ship,
visible,
not a big ship.
Basically, you got the physical pod he lives in, which is that big room with a corridor around it. You've got a walkway, although the cargo bit we know detaches. So I guess that's okay. So there isn't much space actually back there. Yeah, there might actually be no space. Yeah, there wouldn't be any space in the right bit. So there's only one big room with maybe the corridor and a airlock. It's actually smaller than I thought. Wow. Huh.
Not very big at all.
Oh, okay. But glad we see it though, in this.
Yep. Then we get the non-sarcastic version of the Vulcan salute. And then we get the new Delta, the new comm badge design, which changes on the transporter pad into the new version, which is the oval with the ranks on the side, on the right-hand side, and the split Delta design. Now, it'd be interesting to see why this comes about, because we see that some of them are wearing them at some point, and some are still wearing the old Delta. So I want to see the why this is a thing.
And for the most part, I like this Delta. It's clearly they said, right, we've got to move the Discovery comm badge into the future, rather than saying, let's look at the last comm badge design in Relativity and move that into the future. It's the Enterprise J problem, where the producers said, right, our ship is the NX-01. Doesn't matter what happens later in canon. We have to make it clear to the audience that this is a Star Trek like us. So let's link it to the ship we've got, even though they're the furthest apart in the timeline. So it's clearly a Discovery future as opposed to Trek future. I mean, we've seen the Relativity one. You can at least they've got that under triangle kind of part of it, which has some vibe. And also, it's the losing the pointiness of the Relativity is nice. The oval is a bit more friendly, a bit more big. You gotta probably guess that if they're still using comm badges, and with rank pips is still not great to be part of comm badge, but if it's this big a badge, there must be like a transport inhibitor in it, or some sort of tech, because you don't need to make it this big.
Or the portable transporters that we saw in episode 1.
That'd be kind of cool. Beep, zzz. Like, it's now a transporter. I mean, that would be the Star Trek advancement that we want. Like, that'd be really... I mean... Because
when I saw those in the episode, I was like, God, that'd be cool piece of Starfleet tech to include. Just have that portable transporter all the time.
I mean, it'd be way OP, but it'd be cool.
It's also 930 years in the future, so I have no problem with it being a little bit OP technologically wise based on that tech,
It's just a bit, if every Starfleet officer can beam anywhere, or at least in the limitations of a single device.
There's always plot devices to prevent the beaming. Like, it takes 30 seconds to recharge was a great thing that didn't make it too overpowered. It's like it's still got to recharge. And 30 seconds is quite a long time, and it's an emergency.
It is. And they clearly only beamed like a mile or two away. It was just like out of the vicinity. Although you would think they have shields on in the facility to stop beaming, but... Well, I guess they were using the dude's beaming tech, so I guess they have codes to go in and out. And once you're out of the shield... Anyway, it doesn't matter. But then you get to the same creature monster discovery, same thing. Then you get this... Then you get the same NASA-linked connective tissue, whatever. And then discovery, and then the ship zooms off, and there you go. Oh, and at the end, you have a wormhole. Oh.
Yes, and that's important. I think that's going to be the end of the season, how they get back, or do whatever they need to do. Because you see the ship going in, and so that was the final little thing I noticed. and we'll see how it ties in. Also, you kind of missed the point that they changed the font on Discovery. It's different than it was in season 1 and 2. It's to show that season 3 is something new and unique and on its own. And I kind of like it. I like the V. I like the way the V kind of goes back. I think that's a neat little touch.
Yeah, I think the logo and such look better in general this year. More friendly, more pleasing to the eye.
Indeed.
But there you go. A few more hints, a few more things and bobs.
I love that they do this each season, kind of put these little clues in here. So guys, let us know. Did you notice all these things? What do you think about the robots and all the new things? The Orvillean phaser. Let us know what you think about these things, and also the new comm badge. Is it something you like? Is it something that inspires you? Does it have the feel, the heart of Starfleet? I don't know. Let us know in the comments down below what you think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, be part of the Trekyards community, become a Trekyardian. Hit that like button, and do not forget to click the notification icon to all, because we do a lot of fantastic content and a lot of great lives and breakdowns and discussions with that said community. You Trekyardians are important to us, and we like talking to you. So
yeah, so come and join our lives and talk to us directly. We are live, only a small lag delay. Talk to us, give your thoughts, comments, questions. We will respond, and often your little notes generate a massive discussion, which we love. And you definitely get your super chat's worth, which, if you can, please do any amount from the $1. We've even had $100 once or twice, and those are absolutely incredible, and they do help us keep going, because every bit of content we make is free. It's always been important to us, but for everyone to enjoy, a few people have to help us out with that. But even $5 a month on Patreon, if enough of you give, it does mount up. Or join the channel via memberships. Again, that's the join and super chat button. It's all the same place. Really, really, really help. And we get to know you, because you get a little button. And there's things we get to see, a little badge. So it's all important. And if you can, just PayPal. That's also a great way. One-time donation at trekyards.com. That is a PayPal address. Each and every amount makes a massive difference. And we want to keep doing this, and we can with your support. So thanks in advance.
that's right. So until next time, guys, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Commander Combs. Bye, guys.
Hope to see you later. Bye, everybody.